Today's session is on the wheel of awareness, and it is inspired by the book that was written by Dan Siegel or Daniel Siegel. The title of the book is Aware. He also wrote another book called Mind Sight. And he talks about how he uses mindfulness, how he uses meditation to activate different parts of the brain, and which is essentially the core of what mindfulness is about, or why we practice mindfulness through meditation. And so Daniel Siegel is a psychologist, and he also teaches mindfulness. And we'll start off by going through this wheel of awareness, which is essentially activating our five senses, and then our inner experiences, our thoughts, our emotions, our body sensations, and noticing any reactions that arise during this practice. And then we end off with an appreciation for ourselves. Just coming to sit, getting into a comfortable position, or if you wish, you may also stand in this practice, or then sit down halfway, or you may also choose to lie down. So we start off by maybe looking down. You can look, if you're seated by your table, you can look at your table, or if you wish, you may look out to the window, this away from the screen, if you wish, and just paying attention to what you see in front of you. Just noticing colors, observing maybe texture of items that you are looking at. As best as you can, just noticing and observing, not needing to label them, but just being aware of seeing. Noticing size, placement, maybe any movement, color, texture, and just allowing our awareness to rest on what you're seeing ahead of you. Every time the mind wanders, which is quite normal, just bringing the mind back to the object ahead of you. It's very normal for the mind to wander, to think. So in mindfulness, we're trying to connect with the present moment. And so just bringing the mind back to objects, to things in front of you. And now when you're ready, closing your eyes or keeping them open if you wish, or just lowering your gaze. Allowing the mind to settle in. Perhaps you may be having many thoughts, or maybe no thoughts at all. Just resting your awareness in the here and now. Allowing yourself to connect with the present moment. So now we were looking at objects. We were activating our sense of sight. And now we turn our attention to sound. Listening to sounds around us. As best as you can, as much as possible, paying close attention to what you're hearing. Just listening to sound for the sake of listening. Listening for frequency, pitch, intonation. When the mind wanders, just bring it back to sound. Or if it's very quiet around you, then just noticing the silence. Tuning into the senses of listening. Just resting your awareness on sounds. As best as you can, not needing to judge sounds. Just let them come, let them go. And from sound, we move to the sense of smelling. Do you smell anything around you? Maybe someone's cooking, maybe perfume smell or no smell. Paying close attention to smell. Is it a strong smell, faint smell? And if you're not smelling anything in particular, that's fine. Just simply rest in awareness that there is no smell. And now from smell, we feel what is inside our mouth, perhaps noticing moisture, dampness, or dryness in the mouth. Any taste in the mouth, perhaps an aftertaste from your lunch or from a drink you had. Just feeling what's inside your mouth. Noticing any sensations, be it taste, temperature, and now from the mouth, we move to the sense of touch. So as we're sitting here on the chair or mat, noticing where your hands are placed, noticing the contact of your fingers or your palms, maybe resting on your lap or kneecaps or on the table, and just feeling the contact. Feeling the surface of what you are touching, And from the hands, noticing the bum on the chair, feeling the contact, the physical contact, dropping down to the body and really feeling the chair or your seat. Noticing how the weight falls naturally on the seat, how the weight of the body rests on the seat. And then noticing if your feet are on the floor, then just feeling the floor. And now from the feet, moving up and connecting with the breath. Feeling the air coming in through the nose, into the lungs, the body, and then the air escaping from the lungs as you take an exhale. Noticing the intention to breathe, the intention to take an inhale and the exhale. Being aware of that need or desire to take an in breath and releasing the breath. Being conscious of how the body seems to know what to do as it takes an in breath and out breath. And now, as the mind wanders, drifting away or straying off, or maybe feeling sleepy or even bored, just guide the mind back to the breath, giving yourself space and time to just take a mental pause and coming back to the breath. Using the breath to anchor your attention in the present moment. And just being aware that you are aware of you taking an in breath and breathing out. Keeping breathing as the centerpiece of the practice in this very moment. Just noticing that you are noticing your breath. And now from the breath, expanding your awareness to the body as a whole. Just feeling your head, the neck, your shoulders, the spine area down to the buttocks, the legs, the hands. Just sensing the body as a whole. And as thoughts come through your mind, as best as you can, just watching those thoughts, not needing to add more thoughts or infer more ideas from your thoughts, but just watching them come and go. Noticing how thoughts just float along. They appear and then they disappear. And maybe they appear again, then they eventually go away. And then from thoughts, just coming back to the body and noticing any body sensations. Perhaps feeling of calm, peace, or maybe tiredness. And just feeling and connecting with that tiredness. How do you know you're tired? Where is tiredness felt? And just breathing in and breathing out with fatigue or sleepiness. As best as you can, just noticing the sensations of in the body, whether it's sleepiness or calm, and just watching them without needing to fix them or get rid of them. All we have to do is just to sit with our sensations and emotions. Whether they are difficult emotions or unwelcome thoughts, as best as you can, just allowing them to be. Telling yourself in this very moments, I don't need to fix it. I just need to just watch it, acknowledge it, and just sit with it. Simply because thoughts, emotions, sensations are transient. They come, they go, they appear, they disappear. Merely the products of the mind and body. And if any thoughts appear to be quite difficult and they keep coming back, as best as you can, just holding them in gentle awareness, just letting them come and go in their own pace, just being gentle with yourself, being gentle with the body. breathing gently. And as you keep your eyes closed, I'll just read this poem by John O'Donoghue, an Irish poet and priest. Though your destination is not clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is one with your life's desires. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you'll be home in new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. A New Beginning by John O'Donoghue. So, in every present moment, it's a new beginning, a new promise. And in the last few moments of this practice, bringing a sense of, as best as you can, a sense of appreciation for yourself, for others in this Zoom space, even if you don't know each other. A sense of gratitude of being able to practice together. Though strangers, but friends on a mindfulness journey. And when you're ready, as we close this practice, allowing your eyes to open, and just coming back to the Zoom space. Thank you very much for today.